Yeah, sometimes you ask ChatGPT and then it gave you incorrect answer, or sometimes they just give you the answer that's not what you want, or some part of it's okay, some part is not good. This is actually very, very common and very, very expected. On one hand, we already know that the prompt is important. You need to improve your prompt. On the other hand, we should know that we cannot expect everyone to always come up with the perfect 100% correct prompt that give you the best answer. So whenever that happens, you don't need to be panic. What we should do is try to iterate on this pattern and try to improve it. Okay. Now in this process, it's almost like working with like an intern. Okay. You guys probably have never mentored an intern before. So but then you can pretty much imagine that situation. Okay, you do a new job, you go there, somebody else maybe try to mentor you and teach you how to do certain things. Okay, or think about you have a assistant. Okay, you assign him or her something to do, and then you give instructions, but then you can't expect the intern to always give you the perfect work done, and then you might need to give feedback and comments and tell them how to improve, right? So as you work with generative AI, it's almost like working with the intern. You have always should try to iterate on it, give feedback, and go back and forth until you get the best result. Okay, so let's just randomly play some examples. I didn't prepare anything concrete, but I thought I would just go as we talk about the topic. Okay, so I was thinking maybe I just start with generating a project description for generative AI course, right? So I'm gonna say that I am teaching a CS 90 4990 course. Well, engineer, please generate a project assignment description that asks students to use generative AI API or open source large language model to build an application. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. So if I do this, I think they're gonna do a pretty good job on this one. All right. So they give us some assignment description. This is a course number, pretty good. And then, project assignment. They have a title, and pretty much that's what I told them. And then they actually gave us the goal, and then which is to leverage all this APIs or open source model. That's perfect. And to build things like this. And then they got a requirement, define the problem, design the application, implementation, and then problem engineering patterns, and how to use those, and technical details here, and the UI, and then evaluation, testing, and documentation and presentation, and submission, everything, as well as the grading criteria, and also they have deadline. Honestly, this is really good. Okay, it's almost similar to what I'm thinking. But I also know that the reason they can come with a really good version with a very simple prompt is because I probably, generate something similar before, or at least, as I put together the course syllabus, everything, I might share some of the information because they have the memory feature right now. So they kind of know what I'm looking for. Okay. But, this is a very good version to start with. Okay. However, if you look into detail, there had to be certain things that maybe you want some changes. It's not what exactly you want. And coming back to the example of working with the intern, let's say that this is my TA. And then I asked my TA, okay, go and help me to write out this assignment description. And then this is a version he come up with and looks very good. So what I should do now is to read this carefully and then point out the part that I like or the part I think we should improve, and then tell the intern exactly what to do. Okay, so it shouldn't be like a complete one-time thing. I generate, then copy, paste, start to use. Very rarely that's the situation, right? So then all we need to do is just give very specific comment and feedback. Okay. So for example, here, I'll just give some random things. Okay. So project title and build an application using this one. So for example, I often think like for the title, please make it more engaging and interesting. For example, we can talk about building an AI startup type of project. Please improve title as well as the relevant description, right? All right. So you give that feedback, and then they start to change the title. Okay, launch your AI startup, build a real-world application, user-generated AI API open source model. So this one obviously looks a lot better for me. I actually like it. And then they also changed the title from, a project assignment into AI startup challenge. Okay, and then the objective is also changed. They start highlight the startup challenge, and the rest are pretty much the same thing. And then they highlight solving a real-world problem. Think this as your first step towards creating the next ground-breaking AI startup. In fact, today a lot of AI startups are built based on all the generative AI APIs. Okay, not necessarily you build everything from scratch. And then they also briefly changed some of this. They said identify the market need and then start application design. They talk about MVP. This is a very important concept. It stands for minimum viable product, which means that you actually try to focus on one version, the prototype of the project, and then iterate on it, and then just adding things incrementally. Okay. And then they talk about other things. So you can see the wording, everything got changed. Okay, pretty good. So we keep reading. So for the goal, let's start to read this carefully and in a row. And maybe I want to change the challenge because I was saying, this is still a course project uh, for my college course. It's not a competition or challenge. Okay, please change the word challenge. Okay. Very often you ask them to make a change on one direction and it goes too much, and then you just need to bring it back. AI startup project. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. And build an AI powered application from idea to MVP using generative AI. And this looks good. Okay. All right, let's just keep reading. All these little small things you can start to give all the comments. Identify a problem, marketing needs, identify a real problem, healthcare, all of this. So this part, normally what I need student to know is that we need to give some examples. Okay. So please add some concrete examples for uh for this section. This is for college students. They let's add some concise and clear project ideas to it, such as building a you know class scheduler that uses AI to optimize the uh, course selection and save and cut the time to go to campus physically, or build a I seen another guy build last semester build a AI based career assistant that helps to review the resume based on a given job post and provide feedback. Yeah. Please come up with a total of 5 project ideas like this. All right. All right, let's see what they're gonna add here. So from here, below are some examples. We talk about class scheduler app, we talk AI resume reviewer, and then they start all talk about mental health support chatbot that also works, a study buddy app, AI powered meal planner, things like this. Okay, so yeah, pretty good. But I feel this is a little too long. Okay, for this idea examples, please make them shorter. Okay, one sentence. Yes. All right. So I just want to, keep showing this one at the live demo. We want you to clearly see how you, interact with the prompt all the time. It's not gonna be like a one time or two time thing. It should be really working with someone, sitting with you, and then he or she wrote something and you tell them what to change. Okay. So this one looks good. All right. So very good. Please show me the complete version now. Right. So see, this is still based on the previous changes, everything. And now we're actually just adding all these examples and we'll make sure the examples are very short. Okay, that's the first one. Second one, design your application. As a part of a project, you design a core feature, define the core functionality, describe interaction flow, explain the role. This one, I mean, honestly, this one is something you would do, but you don't need to do anything. Okay. Um, and then the third one is build the MVP, implement a version that use the prompt engineering technique and integrate the API and demonstrate how it works. That's actually pretty good. And then they highlight the prompt engineering and so which patterns we use, how these patterns are used. And then finally, they have a UI design. Yeah. All right. So let me talk about this one. Please highlight for this one that UI is required for this project, and it could be in any format, such as mobile, web, desktop, again. It should be user-friendly, intuitive, allowing user to easily interact with the AI system. The UI must clearly showcase the UI generated output and include necessary input field our users. Okay, very good. Nice. Please show me the complete version now. Examples, here's the design, and then build, and then the prompt engineering, and the UI. That's something we actually just mentioned. And they talk about testing, document both the improvement, and then project presentation, problem, design, and then the prompt engineering and the impact, everything. And then, okay, so the most important thing here is the presentation. So for this one, the most important part is to run a live demo of the project. Please add that. Um, that's one comment I have. Okay, let me just add that one first. All right, sometimes they give you this two kind of response to ask you which one is better. And this is just the way that they try to collect human feedback from us, which will be used to improve their, their AI engine. And then this tool, let me actually read this, what's generated. Okay, I think the version probably would be better. Okay, so I'm just gonna try this one. What can I choose? I think it's still processing. Yeah. All right. So this one, they add the live demo part. That's also pretty good. And documentation submission. 2 or 3 pages. I definitely don't require the report. Okay. So because even like from now, it's even not, doesn't make any sense because you guys will use AI to generate it. Design and then all of this. Okay. So submission is a code, report, presentation. Okay. So let me actually make some comments. We do not need 8. Don't even do this one. Okay. For submission guidance, we need the code, presentation, Google Slides URL, which is the GitHub URL, and a demo video URL, YouTube video. Okay, we need the 3 things. Okay, demo video, Google Slides, and the GitHub. And then we told them to remove the section 8 because that's very confusing. We just want to focus on, on the submission. Okay. And then we need the 3 URLs. And then that's pretty much good. Okay. So the grading, problem, design implementation, user prompt engineering, UI, UX, testing evaluation. Or we don't need a test evaluation. So please remove this one from the grading criteria. Also, please remove this one because this is pretty much you're gonna do it. So I don't think I want to put this one to confuse everyone. I think we're getting closer. Okay. Now I think this is very close to what I'm thinking. The only one comment I have it now is this part. And then they said that they describe this interaction, explain the role. I don't want to confuse everyone that you're supposed to submit anything. Okay, so I'm gonna comment on this one. Okay. I really like this section about design your application. And then I'm gonna give the quote. Okay. However, I am worried that students will be, confused that whether they need to submit anything based on the requirements here, such as, um, define, explain, and describe. Please change the words so that they know this is a step they need to go through, but no need to submit anything. Something like this. Okay, as you can see, my English obviously is not really that good, but they can pretty much get the idea. Okay, so you go through the process of designing, but there's no need to submit any specific. Focus on this. Okay, I think this is good. All right, now please show me the complete final version so far. All right, and then this part also being updated, and then there's no testing evaluation. The only thing I want to make sure I thought about one more thing. Um, is the technology part. Okay, so yeah, I'm wondering if I need to clarify ChatGPT or Gemini or anything. Um, one more comment for generative AI API. Students are free to use any platforms such as OpenAI, Gemini, Gemini, um, Meta API, or any other uh, vendors. And same for LLM. There is no limitation. The technologies to use. Please um, put this with information. All right, I think that's going to be the final version. Okay, if you're going through this one with me, pretty much that's our requirements for the final project. All right, so they basically put this one in the first paragraph here. And then once again, you identify a problem to solve, do some design. You don't need to, submit anything, and then build your MVP. And um, provisioning technology, UI is important, and then presentation is important, and you need to have a live demo. And the submission, 3 URLs, grading criteria, and then that's it. All right. Yeah, I just saw the comments. Okay, yeah, James, you're absolutely right. So, for this type of thing, James, actually, you're absolutely right. So, because every time they generate things with some kind of randomness. However, at least for the documentation, if you actually want them to change only one thing, and then like I'm showing you right now to regenerate other things, sorry, reshow other things, they actually can keep it the same. So I guess you want to avoid the changes, you need to just explicitly say it in the prompt. But at least for the text, you can probably do it. However, for images, I think that's very difficult. Yeah, that's what I actually found. And some of the questions. Uh, The show next semester, probably not. I think they already made a schedule, but we probably need to open it more sessions. Okay. And final question. Oh yeah, of course, mobile app. Yes, yes, mobile apps is fun, right? So that's what I mentioned here. The UI can be mobile application, web application, but we just want a graphical UI. You can't give me a terminal, okay? Python terminal. That's not very interesting. Okay. All right, guys. However, I want to clarify, okay, this is not trying to talk too much about the assignment, the project, but we spent almost 25 minutes to build this one, back and forth, back and forth. But even that, I think it's still, I would say probably 5 times faster than I can do it, and I cannot even get to the quality close to this one. With my English writing, you can tell I'm not a native speaker. I don't know how to reword all of this so nicely. Okay. But what I really want to show you from this example is that you start from something in general and then you keep pinpoint the specific thing you want to improve, how you want to improve. Just give the feedback. And then this is the best part about this specific intern. This intern is not emotional, it's not personal. And then you just keep asking to do anything you want, and they will always come back for you. Okay, so keep interacting. Okay, this is the type of interaction, sorry, iteration I'm actually trying to show everyone. Because in the past weeks, we keep telling you there's some powerful prompts that's supposed to solve some of the problem very effectively, which are true, but too many cases, we don't have a prompt. And then if you understand this, the whole conversation um, the whole interaction is actually one prompt because by giving all this feedback, you actually keep telling the chat what do you want, what you don't want, what kind of things you prefer. Eventually, it's still a prompt. So you can imagine this whole thing, this whole like interaction. If I put it back and then to another new window, it will generate a perfect solution. So that one thing is still a prompt. Okay. So that's the first bullet I want to mention today. Okay, iteration is the key to use generative AI. A lot of people say, "Oh, I try to use generative AI. It's not very accurate. It kind of sucks. AI is not powerful." They're right, but they didn't know that that's a wrong expectation. Okay, so it's really your assistant, it's your intern. You need to know how to use it in the right way. Okay, so that's the first bullet I want to talk about. Any questions? All right. Now, with that, so we keep going with this one. Okay, how can we make sure that AI, generate things that more like what we are hoping that they can generate? Also, we use the internet example. Now, if you ask an intern to write something and for your purpose, okay, so maybe let me try example. Let's see. Um, please write a project announcement for my college course and tell my students that we are going to so the only big course work left is the final course project. Please plan your time and work on it ahead of time. Also, don't forget prepare the internship job applications this semester, um, which is even more important. Okay, so assume I'm going to send a Canvas message, okay? And then I'm going to write some kind of an announcement. Okay, so we'll do things like this. And then, dear students, as we hear the end of semester, I want to remind you this one is the last major assignment. Please plan your time, start working on it. Project is significant. Additionally, don't forget that this semester is also critical for this. Securing your future career opportunity should be your top priority by looking at time. Best of luck and don't hesitate. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Okay, they even know my name because I've been using this for a while. They actually capture a lot of memories and things. Okay. But there are certain things definitely I don't feel I would write that way. For example, like dear students, that doesn't sound like something I would write. I was just saying, hi everyone, hi folks, or things like that. I don't feel the dear students. It's a little bit too formal, although I don't have a too much like native English kind of a feeling about it, but doesn't sound like what I would write about. And then some of those words a little bit over too formal. And this is critical, this is fun. Well, the course prize important, securing your future career opportunity should be your top priority. Yeah, it's just I feel this message, if I were sending it, I probably need it a little bit less formal. Okay, and then tell you it's important, but just do it. But maybe I don't really need this kind of formal message. However, if I give this as to an intern, if the intern is new, there's no way the intern knows kind of my stuff, right? So then I need to tell the intern, well, I'm a more kind of a casual person. I don't like formal. I don't like the traditional stuff. Okay, so could you write it, more like a conversational type of thing? So I can probably tell him or her to do that, but sometimes you realize that it's very difficult to say exactly what you want, right? So how can we guide AI and let them to learn our style? As you can imagine, one of the good examples, good ways is to maybe give some examples, right? So that's the second bullet I want to mention today, is that teach AI by examples. The AI can actually pick up example pretty easily. Okay, so for example, let's try this. All right. So I'm going to try to write some kind of a conversation between two people. Let's say that one of them is John. Okay. So John said, I heard the job market now is pretty bad. And then let's say Amy. Amy said, um, it's just slowed down, but nothing is seriously wrong. You should know that the salary has been increased so much in the IT industry. So we should not expect to get a like a 300K job package offer every single week. And then John said, um, you know, I think AI will replace all the coders, so I will not be able to find a job within a year. Amy said, um, don't worry, um, AI is helping on the efficiency, but building AI needs IT talent. So you will have great opportunities. And then John said that um, I haven't got any phone calls or interviews for over 2 months. So I am sure that they are investing um, AI bots to write code. Amy said, uh, you know, just keep preparing for your code questions and always get ready for your upcoming interviews, the interviews, the number of interviews might get less, but all you need is that one interview to through. Let's do it. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm just making up this example. Okay, so it's just on this in this class. But what I'm trying to show you is that as you're reading these examples, clearly there are two types of characters. And John is, someone more always concerned and stressful, not confident, where Amy is more like optimistic, right? So if I'm going to say that John said that something like uh people everyone I heard that people are using AI to help their interview questions. I cannot compete with them. And now I say, Amy, I do colon. Let's say what the AI will actually tell us if Amy gonna finish this. All right, see, AI gave us this one sentence. Amy said, don't let to disencourage you. While some may use AI for preparation, it still comes down to your own understanding, problem solving, and how you approach challenge in real time. Focus on building your skills and showcase your unique experience and creativity. Companies still want to see how you think, and AI cannot fully replace that human element. Keep pushing forward, right? So guys, this is a very simple example. I'm sure you get the point. Okay, the point is that I didn't tell AI what Amy should say, what kind of tone she should say. I'm just providing examples, right? I told the all the styles. So that was my point, that sometimes it's very effective and very easy to write a prompts to tell AI what you want. Well, sometimes it's much easier to just give examples because it's very hard for you to capture all this type of details, especially when it comes to writing, reading, this kind of style, tone, this kind of things, because it's super complicated, right? So that's why sometimes if you give enough examples, and the AI will be able to actually pick it up. All right. So for example, if I go to Canvas, okay, I don't know how many announcements I send, okay. Maybe I just want them to try to follow my style. I don't think I have very good style, but let's see what I have here. Okay, so there's not really much, there's not much like a announcement I made. Oh, I actually have some announcement. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so I go back here. I am providing some of my announcement I wrote before. Please follow the same style and tone to uh, rewrite this announcement. Okay, so I'm gonna attach in some of these comments. This is one, and let me try to get more. Okay, so this is one. Like, see, mine is like pretty simple, short. I don't know what kind of style that is, but at least that's what I wrote. Uh, and then go back here. I'll have this judge. Well, this is a more a formal message. I don't want to use that one. Maybe this one. Maybe get one more. All right. So I'm going to attach this 4 examples and let's see what they can give us. All right, so I provided these examples and let them to read. Oh, hopefully I can still get it back. All right, so yeah, so they finished. All right, so this is a new version. Hi, folks. So see, this is pretty much my style. Just a reminder that the only big coursework left is a final course project. So please plan your time and start working on it early. It's a major part of your grade, so don't wait until the last minute. Also, don't forget to focus on our internship, job application this semester. While the project important, securing those opportunities is even more crucial. So make sure to give both attention they deserve. Yeah. So I don't know how you guys feel, but clearly this is very, very similar to the message I sent. Okay. And where this one is a much formal kind of message goes out. All right. But this time I did not tell you, I want to change this sentence, that, but because it's very difficult. I don't know what to tell you. I just feel this is not my style. Okay, but I gave you my style, and then you try to figure it out. All right, so that's the power of examples. Okay, so sometimes people say, oh, I can't use AI. Okay, it's just generally something people can tell is, coming from AI. I don't know if you have that issue with other assignments, the other courses, okay, where you submit AI stuff. Okay, but then the truth is that you could actually try to improve it to make it look similar to what you have. All right. So that's an example you can try to learn. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, to recap, sometimes you write clear prompt to generate things you want, and sometimes you gave examples to explain what you want, which is probably easier and more accurate. All right. Does that make sense? All right. And then to follow up, okay, so on this one, and you guys all see the examples, okay, how useful these examples are. But there is a problem. Like sometimes you don't have a lot of those examples on hand. Okay, this one is easy because I can go to Canvas, I can grab some of those, but sometimes you don't have examples. Okay. And I'll teach you kind of a pattern that you could try to do that without examples, which is basically kind of combine the things we actually showed you earlier today, okay? By iteration, by giving and tell the AI which one you like, which one you don't, okay? With that, let's actually come up with a new example. Okay, let me think about something else. What could be a better example? Uh, for AI. Hmm. All right, I'll say, please write an announcement again about to my CS 499 course students that the final project uh, is important because it allows you to think and build potential AI startup. Nowadays, there are a lot of AI startups that are built based on APIs. You know, take this project seriously and work on work hard on it. Yeah, so let's just try this. Okay, now this time I don't provide example. However, because I just show some example in the previous prompt, so ChatGPT now can memorize those. So I assume that this is going to be very similar to what kind of styles I want, but I'm going to show this anyway. All right, let's see what they can come up with. All right. So not really. So they still do the dear says 49 students. I will prove the final project. I want to emphasize how important this project is for your learning and future potential. The final project designed not only to challenge your technical skills, but also to encourage you to think like an entrepreneur. In today's tech landscape, many successful AI startups are being built using APIs at their foundation. The project is an opportunity for you to explore the same space, potentially build something impactful. Take it seriously, put the efforts. Who knows? This is definitely not something I'm going to say. The work you do here could be the foundation for your own startup. So now I'm trying to show you like this new pattern that I start from a regular pattern, I got a response. Okay. Now, because I didn't provide example, let's assume I don't have example for AI to learn, but they gave me a version. So what I need to do is I need to just use this example to tell the AI which one I like, which one I don't like, as an example. Okay, so based on this, I'm going to generate a new pattern. So I'm going to write it right here. So I'm going to use the same thing. Okay. Um, and then I'll also tell that the AI that here are the words and writing styles I like. Okay, I'm gonna explicitly mention those. I'll talk about I like, for example, this is a very short example. Okay, I don't know what I can say about it. I like about uh, I like talking about entrepreneur. I like um, maybe I just like startup stuff. Anything related with startup. That's kind of the things I want you guys to pay attention. Same so and then potentially build something impactful. Your own AI startup. I'll just try to highlight this kind of words. Okay. And also I would say here are the words and writing styles I do not like. So this one I don't like. This one I don't like. And then what else? Oh, don't say this one. No, I don't write this one. Um, the Yeah, because I've been using this so many times. A lot of things kind of already fits to my expectation. Um, but anyway, I'll just point out some of these words, and then with this, I can also add something at the top. But overall, I want something less formal. Want the writing to be less formal. Okay, something like this. All right. So I use this prompt to tell you guys here that um, we create a prompt. Certain things you can tell AI what you want, and certain things you gave examples. But you don't have example all the time. So you could always do a first round first, and then use that as examples. So what I do is I'm gonna copy this one. Instead of doing it here, which you can also do it, but I can just start a new window. I write this as a brand new prompt. Okay. And then I'm gonna run this again. Let's see what happens. All right. And then they change. So hire one, just a quick reminder about final project. This is the big one. It's more than just assignment. It's your chance to really think like entrepreneur and potentially build something impactful. There's a lot of AI startups are born from simple API integration. So your project could be the start of your own AI startup. So take it seriously, put in hard work, and who knows? I told you, don't use who knows. Who knows what amazing things you could create. I don't think I would write the last sentence, okay? But let's make it happen, right? So I can just tell them to remove that one. All right. But here, guys, this pattern I'm showing you is something called a writing persona pattern. Okay, so you gave a prompt, get a response, and use that response to explicitly tell them the things you like, the example you don't like, and then ask them again. And then you will see that the result will get really improved. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to show you today. Okay, but then once again to summarize, okay, iteration, work like intern, and provide examples. You don't have examples. How do you generate examples? Now, in fact, for the new ChatGPT, I don't know if it's a paid version. I don't know how many of you noticed this one. Okay, so there is a new feature called ChatGPT 4 with Canvas. I don't know how many of you have used this one. So what Canvas does is kind of try to combine the previous, things we do together into a better user experience. So for example, let me show you. Okay, please generate a course project assignment for the CS 4800 software engineering. Okay, so I'm doing this one. So what's going to happen is that they put this into a window here. All right. Now it's still the same kind of UI, but not the same UI, but the same kind of interaction. You still put a prompt here, but then they put that as a window here. Um, the difference is that now you could actually start to iterate on this one by giving the comment right here. So for example, I would just say, they said deadline here. So I'll just do a quick example. I would say, please right here. Okay, here. For the deadline, please put every date to be December 1st. Okay, as I'm doing this one, what they're doing, as you can see, they do this change in line like this. All right, because they know that you're gonna interact and then iterate on this document, you have a specific comment to do. Remember the previous example we do, I asked some feedback, they change the paragraph, I have to say, oh, please show me the later version again. Also back to James' question, sometimes they may just change the content. Now it doesn't happen. So they only do this in place kind of replacement. Okay, so for example, I would say that the testing here, and I can select here, I'll ask ChatGPT right on the top of the text. I would say, this is less important. Please give 5% only. Okay, I do that kind of comments, and then they're gonna process it, and then they're gonna change this over to 5%. Okay, but then obviously this one doesn't add up to 100. So, and then you can say the same thing. Wait. Please make sure all the criteria adds up to 100%. Okay, now for some reason this one oh wait. So they just went through that one, but they're only changing this. Did this one work right now? 20, 20, 70s. Yeah, that's correct right now. Okay. So this is something called a canvas. Okay, so basically they know that you're gonna edit and iterate on this one, repeatedly, and then they just build a better UI for you. And the cool thing here is also they have more options right here. So for example, you can say, okay, adjust the length. I think this one is too long. So I'm gonna say adjust the length, change it shorter. And then you do this, and then they're gonna change this one into a shorter version. Yeah, much more concise. You can say the reading level, and this is for high school, college. Let's say I'm gonna put this for grad school, and then maybe they're gonna turn some of the terms more formal or technical. Okay. All right. It's like an audience pattern. And then they also can do other things to polish those. I'm not going to show you, but please be aware of this canvas. Think about the reason they have the canvas is it's just like what I'm telling you today, that using generative AI is a kind of interactive process. It's not like one-time thing. Okay. So this one make it simple. And then same time, this one supports coding as well. Okay. I haven't really tried this too much. Okay. But please generate a Flutter app code that has three screens. This is something example I was trying to do the other day. Screens. The first one is to enable an audio recording and listen to the user's speech. The second screen turns the speech into text. The third screen analyze the improvement, the text, and provide the speech improvement. All right. See, this one also supposed to give you the code. Now, based on this, you can then start to iterate on this, which is probably more easier. So I think this is also kind of improvement that ChatGPT is trying to do for coding, because previously it was all in that one like a terminal interaction. It's not very convenient. All right, so I'm sure you guys probably use this one more than I do, but you have to say that the coding part also getting really well. All right. So anyway, guys, the canvas, okay, that kind of summarize everything we talk about today, which is a very nice, experience that you can use to get all the things done. But just don't forget that a lot of times it's about iteration examples, very important. Okay. All right. So that's all I want to share today. Any questions?